Peace and love, kings, queens, and gods. You already know who it is. It's the Floating Yogi. This is brought to you by UE, Urban Yogic Wellness and Education, where we're restructuring health and wellness in the community, one healthy habit at a time. We got a whole bunch of sponsors, a whole bunch of people that just help support us, be the foundation for us to thrive. And we'll get to it in a minute. So use this time to come on in, invite a friend. Matter of fact, invite about 10, because it's the Floating Yogis Book Club. And we about to go in. We reading the 4 Agreements today. Hopefully you have the book. If not, it don't matter. I'm going to chop the joint up anyway. I'm a pretty decent reader. And we're going to get deep into the book. If you love to be a part and share your perspective, be part of the Zoom room, part of the conversation, the Discord, I encourage you to drop your name in the cheesy, drop your email. And I got one of either my guy Payoga, one of the people who helped me be me, help me do what I do, my dude Payoga, he's part of the crew. He'll send you the link. And you'll be able to slide in through the Zoom, and we're going to rap, chat, and actually be able to be heard. We also got another guy who helps me be me, helps me do what I do, my dude Brent LV. He's going to get all your digital assets on point, my dude. I'm telling you, check it out. If you're interested in upgrading your digital platform, he's going to take care of you. Any of the digital platforms, too. It is what it is. Welcome. What up, Celine? Welcome. All right, what else we got going on? I'd also like to thank Lifeform. Lifeform is fantastic. They create fantastic mats. Lifeform creates fantastic mats. Slip resistant, dope designs, all the alignment cues and everything that you can get on your mat, so you can learn those lessons of alignment, learn the create the discipline, create the habits, and then you can come here and we can take those lessons we learned on the mat, off of the mat, and into our day-to-day life with these sessions like the book club, like breath work and meditation, just to help facilitate a better state of well-being. So hopefully you're tapping in, hopefully you're sending it to a friend, because hot dog it, we about to go in. Let's get it. Let's see, where we at? We towards the end of the joke. We're on the 4th agreement. Ooh. I don't think we're going to finish the 4th agreement today. But, we for sure going to dive into it. Yeah, we might not finish it today. But we're going to get close. We're going to get close for sure. The 4th agreement, always do your best. I strongly resonate with this. I ain't gonna drop all my gems in a second. I'm gonna start reading and see what the book's talking about, and then we're gonna share. We're gonna spit it out and see what's relevant to us. All right. There's just one more agreement, but it's the one that allows the other 3 to become deeply ingrained habits. I'm gonna run that back. There's just one more agreement, but it's the one that allows the other 3 to become deeply ingrained habits. The 4th agreement is about the action of the first 3. Always do your best. I support that. Don't sell yourself short. Under any circumstance, always do your best. No more and no less. But keep in mind that your best is never going to be the same from moment to the next. Everything is alive and changing all the time, so your best will sometimes be high quality and other times it might not look as good. When you wake up refreshed and energized in the morning, your best will be better than when you're tired at night. Your best will be different from when you're healthy as opposed to sick, or sober as opposed to drunk. Your best will always depend on whether you're feeling wonderful or happy and upset, angry, or jealous. In your everyday moods, your best can change from one moment to another. From 1 hour to the next, from one day to another. Your best will also change over time. As you build the habits of the 4 agreements, of the new 4 agreements, your best will become better than it used to be. So if you stick with it, you're going to follow that trajectory of going up. All right, I'm riding with it. That makes it interesting, because then sometimes doubts can come in as to, am I really doing my best?
That reminds me of one of my favorite quotes, which is that excellence is a habit.
I support those thoughts. Excellence is a
Like
habit.
I feel like that's one of the first anchors that allowed me to climb out of my depression, like years and years and years ago. Because at some point, my depression just got annoying, and it was like you ain't even a real disease. Like you all in my head. How you going? How you not gonna be on my side? Shut up. And one of
Yeah.
those things was that excellence is a habit. So I couldn't control my emotions or my feelings, but I could definitely control my logic. And my logic told me that although I feel like shit today, yesterday and last week and last month, I was on my grind.
That it's
My
time to
habits
get
speak for
back. Yeah.
themselves. Like,
And then by doing your best, you have that track record to reflect on. That's another powerful tool. Seeing yourself accomplish the things that you wanted to accomplish just helps to facilitate building up more confidence, building up more esteem to do whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So yeah, I'm totally with it. And when we half-ass ourselves, when we like don't really do our best, we're shorting ourselves because on the moment of reflection, we're either we can overcompensate for what we could have done. Oh, I could have did better than what I did. I didn't give it my all. When nah, that's about all you had in the tank. That could be a reality. So, or it could be the exact opposite. You undercompensating for something, then you end up giving a little bit too much. So, doing your best, nah, this is my best. I can bench 225 because I pushed it. It's that
don't do
simple.
that.
It's that simple. All right. And I like the fact that I like where this line starts off with this paragraph. Regardless of the quality, keep doing your best. No more and no less than your best. If you try too hard or do more than your best, you will spend more energy than is needed, and in the end, your best will not be enough. I like that view too. When you overdo, you deplete your body and go against yourself, and it will take you longer to accomplish your goal. But if you do less than your best, you subject yourself to frustration, self-judgment, guilt, and regrets. Ooh, that one I thought I could have did better. I don't want to be on the other end of that. If I could have done better, I would have wanted to do better. Otherwise, I did what I could. Don't try to paint it another color, right? And that just helps to eliminate just the negative outlook of the reflection. Like part of it. It's not going to take everything out, but it'll take a little shade, a little tint out. All right. Just do your best. In any circumstance in your life, it doesn't matter if you're sick or tired, if you're always do your best, there's no way you can judge yourself. That's where all of the strife comes in. And if you don't judge yourself, there's no way you're going to suffer from guilt, blame, and self-punishment. See where we're going here? By always doing your best, you will break the big spell that you've been under. There was a man who wanted to transcend his suffering, so he went to a Buddhist temple to find a master to help him. He went to the master and asked, "Master, if I meditate 4 hours a day, how long will it take me to transcend?" The master looked at him and said, "If you meditate 4 hours a day, perhaps you will transcend in 10 years." Thinking he could do better, the man then said, "Oh, master, what if I meditated 8 hours a day? How long will it take me to transcend?" Master looked at him and said, "If you meditate 8 hours a day, perhaps you will transcend in 20 years. But why will it take me longer if I meditate more?" the man asked. The master replied, "You're not here to sacrifice your joy or your life. You're here to live, to be happy, and to love. If you can do your best in 2 hours of meditation, but you spend 8 hours instead, you will only grow tired, miss the point, and you won't even enjoy your life. Do your best, and perhaps you will learn that no matter how long you meditate, you can live, love, and be happy." That's some wisdom right there. That's some wisdom right there. Come on, drop
I
some
feel
gems
like
while I invite a
I
friend.
feel like I feel like with all these books, there's always the master and the apprentice, and there's always a conversation of questions leading to the answers that can't really be said any other way.
Yeah. And I love it because it's always them coming to their own understanding or realization of something. It's like I like that. I like that because that's kind of how I teach the whole Mysore concept is really fixated on allowing yourself to like essentially unlock the inner guru in you for you to become the teacher, for you to become your own like guide. So this is in the same way giving you that. It's not giving you the answer, it's allowing you to come to the answer on your own. And I like how he dropped the do your best in there. That's powerful, yo. He was like, if you can do it in 2 hours, why spend 8? You're wasting more time. You're gonna miss the whole point and get just caught up and wrapped up in the mind instead of transcending it because you're spending more time with it.
I see people online, like in forums and stuff, asking, like, what if I start meditating for an hour? What will that do for me? And it's like, well, do you really need to meditate for an hour? You know, have you meditated for 10 minutes? What does that do for you? If you don't have a lot to measure things against.
China, Ike, what up? Yeah, yeah. I like that. I like that. I like that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If y'all want to be part of the Zoom room, if you want to be part of the discussion, to chop it up, wrap it up, drop your email, hit up Payoger. He'll be able to send you the link. You can slide on in there, and we gonna grow, y'all.
I have a suggestion for the next book that I just dropped in the IG.
So in IG, we almost done with this book. We got about 2 weeks. So drop some ideas for some other books. We got, what was that? The Tao what? The Tao what?
The Tao Te Ching.
Tao Te Ching! Woo! That's a good one. That's a saucy one. Okay, I haven't read it.
It's absolutely my favorite book, and I loved it so much. Right after the first time I listened to it, I listened to it again from another reader, like back to back.
Just a different perspective. I feel you. All right. We're talking about the fourth agreement. We're talking about always do your best. Doing your best, you're going to live your life intensely. You're going to be productive. You're going to be good to yourself because you will be giving yourself to your family, to your community, to everything. But it is the action that is going to make you feel intensely happy. When you always do your best, you take action. Doing your best is taking the action because you love it, not because you're expecting a reward. That's a very powerful statement because it shifts the intention behind it. It changes all of the energy that just follows. Becoming Supernatural, Joe Dispenza. Ooh. Oh, alright. I don't even have that one, but it's definitely on the jump. Go on, send it to me in a text. Let's see.
Read that back.
Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza.
Oh, I meant the last thing you read in the book.
Oh, alright. Alright, doing your best, you're going to live your life intensely. You're going to be productive, you're going to be good to yourself because you will always be giving yourself to your family, to your community, to everything. But it is the action that is going to make you feel intensely happy. When you always do your best, you take action. Doing your best is taking action because you love it, not because you're expecting a reward. Doing your best is taking action because you love it, not because you're expecting a reward. A thank you is a reward. I see you is a reward. I'm gonna keep moving. They only take action when they expect a reward. They don't enjoy the action, and that is the reason why they don't do their best. Just a moment for introspection. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Okay. For example, most people go to work every day just thinking of payday and the money that they'll get from the work that they're doing. They can hardly wait for Friday or Saturday, whatever day they receive their money, and can take time off. They are working for the reward, and as a result, they resist work. Pause. They try to avoid the action, and it becomes more difficult, and they don't do their best.
But without competition and praise from it, we wouldn't have the world records that we do.
I mean, competition does push us. I support those thoughts. It's going to challenge us to be better.
Yeah, so without the Olympics, without gold medals, without rewards, without rankings, we wouldn't be doing our best. So I think there's a balance to be had.
I support these thoughts. However, if it is something that you are trying to do, I have the saying, I say, do it if you're going to do it. And if you're not going to do it with the same integrity as if you were going to do it. That's doing your best. Because a lot of times I'll see people that are like, no, I don't want to do it. And then they're unsure if they want to do it. And I'm like, no. And then they're thinking about the things that they said that they didn't want to do, but then they're not. No. You're not in the moment. You didn't. If you're going to do it, do it. If you're not, then don't and leave it there. But I see what you're saying. Because the
That
reward,
is so trifling.
the reward
That is
gives us a
such
little bit.
That is such a trifling Yogi thing to say. That is such a trifling Yogi thing to say. Oh, it is so simple. All you have to do is, and no,
Do it, and when you don't do it with the same integrity. I'm not gonna do it. You ask me what? No. You can take care of that. I'm right here though. Yeah. No, I'm fine. You got it. That's you. My guy.
learning to say no. That's a good one.
I mean, hey, we need our boundaries, yo. We need to be able to uphold those boundaries for us to be able to feel comfortable to grow when it's the time. So, and on top of that, it does build up another level of resentment if you're just doing something for the reward. And you don't want to build up resentment behind your actions because in my eyes, I believe it's going to accumulate a little bit of karma with it that I then have to get rid of. That's extra work. Why am I going to give myself more work? I was talking to somebody yesterday about accumulating like karmic debt. Do I want to go back down this cycle? No, not really. Then why? Because this is what you're going to have to do to get through it, get past it. Hey, you right. Nah, I ain't going to do it. Anyway, move forward. If y'all want to be part of the Zoom room, welcome. I'm the Floating Yogi. This is Floating Yogi's Book Club, brought to you by UE, Urban Yogic Wellness and Education. We got my guy P.O.G. my guy Brent. We in this joint vibing, reading the 4 agreements. If you want to be part of the Zoom room, hit one of them up. Drop your info in the chat. We'll be able to send you the link, and we can chat in person. Make it happen. Well, not in person because we digital, but you know what I mean. Like, we can actually chat in real time because this delay stuff on social media is garbage. Moving forward.
And soon we'll be on the Discord.
And soon we'll be streaming on Discord as well. Facebook, Instagram, Discord, Zoom Room. What's the other one? There's another platform. YouTube. Anyway, moving forward. Alright, people not doing their best. They work hard all week long, suffering the work, suffering the action, not because they like to, but because they feel they have to. They have to work because they have to pay rent, because they have to support their family, and all the frustration. And when they do receive their money, they're unhappy. They have 2 days to rest, to do whatever they want to do. And what do? They try to escape. They get drunk because they don't like themselves. They don't like their life. There's many ways that we hurt ourselves when we don't like who we are. On the other hand, if you take action just for the sake of doing it without expecting a reward, you will find out that you enjoy every action that you do. Rewards will come. But you're not attached to the reward. You can get even more than you would have if you just imagine for yourself without expecting a reward. And we like what we do. If we always do our best, then we are really enjoying life. We are having fun. We don't get bored. We don't have frustrations. We might have little challenges, but definitely not getting bored. I understand how we can see some of these tests as frustrations, but we're fully engaged. So it's different. It's like we're fully engaged in whatever we're doing as opposed to talking to someone on the phone, sending a text message while scrolling on the computer. We're present. All I'm going to say is that presence is a present. That's it. Alright. When you do your best, you don't give the judge the opportunity to find you guilty or to blame you. The judge, the inner judge, the self-judge. If you have done your best and the judge tries to judge you according to the book of law, you've got the answer. I did my best. There are no regrets. That is why we always do our best. It's not an easy agreement to keep, but this agreement is really going to set you free. Again, it's the action that the other 3 agreements are done with. Hey, what up, Brian? Dang, great to have you in here, man. I know you want to be part of the Zoom room. You've read the 4 agreements. I'd love to get your perspective, even though I know a little bit of it. But come on through. If y'all want to be part of the Zoom room, hit up my dude, Yogi. Drop your email in the cheesy. He'll send it over, and we can slide in and wrap in, without the 30-second delay. All right, moving forward. When you do your best, you learn to accept yourself. Woo! I'm going to pause that one. When you do your best, you learn to accept yourself. I'm going to ask why. Drop it in the chat, whatever social media you're on, drop it in the chat. Why do you think you learn to accept yourself when you do your best? Why? What does doing your best? What if it's not good? How does that prove to yourself that, that you can accept you? What? Make this make sense. Drop it in the cheesy. And then, what you thinking, Yogi? What you thinking, Tony?
Real simple, because that's the only real you. Like, unless you do your best, there's always an excuse. Unless you do your best, unless you do your best, it's not a true failure for you to learn from.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We right on it. Because otherwise, it ain't the real you.
You can't look in the mirror unless you do your best.
Mm.
You gonna keep on that clown mask.
Yeah, you keep putting like a little blurred filter on top of the mirror. You got like a little one of them IG filters on the mirror every time you don't do your best. You got an excuse to cover it up. Oh, well, so and such wasn't there, or I left my microphone so they couldn't hear me, so I just didn't care, or
I left my laptop charger.
Cut the excuses, huh?
I left my laptop charger.
I left my laptop charger. I have to half-ass the show, only doing it on my phone. Carnations!
Tony, I wanted to touch on something you said earlier in the show. You were talking about being depressed and how you gotta
one of the angers.
Well, yeah, you kind of trick your mind. You're like, what is depression? You talk yourself out of it, but it's real. It's if you're really doing your best, then every day is kind of can feel like a steep climb sometimes, because you're challenging yourself. But sometimes we do get hit with depression, and all that means really is that we're not going to take the same step that we've normally been taking every day. We got to maybe just be still. Like maybe where we're at, like we don't need to move. And there's like, and I think this ties in with like doing your best all the time and like knowing yourself, because I think the more times that you can understand where you need to be and only give that effort that's required, like you learn stuff about yourself that you would otherwise be too busy in your mind trying to keep up with where you're not and all this other,
Oh yeah, I'm
I
on
don't know.
board.
Yeah, 1,000%. Just like the other quote he was saying, if you can sit here and meditate and get somewhere in 2 hours, why are you gonna spend 8? Why are you gonna spend 4? Use the amount of time that's necessary, the amount of energy that's necessary to complete the task. No more, no less. Otherwise, you're just wasting time, wasting energy. You're gonna have to build back up. I'm rocking with it. All right, let's finish the paragraph. I just had to see if we was on the same page because, your best is you. You do something else, now you're playing games. When you do your best, you learn to accept yourself. But you have to be aware and learn from your mistakes. Learning from your mistakes means you practice, look honestly at the results, and keep practicing. This increases your awareness. Doing your best really doesn't feel like work because you enjoy whatever you're doing. You know you're doing your best when you're enjoying your action or doing it in a way that will not be negative, that will not have negative repercussions for you. You do your best because you want to do it, not because you have to do it, not because you're trying to please the judge, and not because you're trying to please other people. If you take action because you have to, then there is no way you're going to do your best. Then it's better not to do it. No, you do your best because you're doing your best all the time makes you so happy. When you're doing your best just for the pleasure of doing it, you are taking action because you're enjoying the action. And that's what I was talking about. It shifts the focus of what we're doing. It's about enjoying the action and not the fruit of the labor, so therefore the journey just looks so much sweeter because you're just sitting there getting dripped with candy all the way. I got sweet too, so it's candy for me. Whatever. Moving forward. Action is about living fully. Inaction is the way that we deny life. Inaction is sitting in front of the television every day for years because you're afraid to be alive and to take risk of expressing what you are. Expressing what you are is taking action. You can have many ideas, many great ideas in your head, but what makes the difference is the action. Ooh. Without action upon an idea, there will be no manifestation, no result, no reward. We gotta do something. Facts. A good example of this comes from the story of Forrest Gump. He didn't have great ideas, but he took action. He was happy because he always did his best at whatever he did. He was richly rewarded without expecting any reward at all. Taking action is being alive. It's taking the risk to go out and express your dream. This is different than imposing your dream on someone else because everyone has the right to express his or her dream. Ooh. Imposing your dream on someone else. Okay. All right. What else we talking about? Welcome, y'all. We vibing. Come on through. Doing your best is a great habit to have, and I do my best in everything I do and feel. Doing my best has become a ritual in my life because I made a choice to make it a ritual. It's a belief like any other belief that I choose. I make everything a ritual and I always do my best. Taking a shower is a ritual for me, and with that action I tell my body how much I love it. I feel and enjoy the water on my body. I do the best to fulfill my needs of the body. I do my best to give to my body and to receive what my body gives to me. In India, they perform a ritual called puja. In this ritual, they take the idols that represent God in many different forms and bathe them, feed them, and give their love to them. They even chant mantras to these idols. The idol itself is not important. What is important is the way that they perform the ritual. The way that they say, I love you, God. God is life. God is action in life. The best way to say, I love you, God, is to live your life doing your best. The best way to say thank you, God, is by letting go of all the past and living in the present moment, right here and now. Whatever life takes away from you, let it go. When you surrender and let go of the past, you allow yourself to be fully alive in the moment. Letting go of the past means you can enjoy the dream that is happening right now. If you live in a past dream, you don't enjoy what is happening right now because you will always wish it to be different than it is. Yeah, you gotta be in the present moment. The past is gonna be that's gonna be quite dangerous, and the future ain't here yet. So you just living in a dream world. So there is no time to miss anyone or anything because you are alive. Not enjoying what is happening right now is living in the past and being only half alive. This leads to self-pity, suffering, and tears. You were born with the right to be happy. You were born with the right to love, to enjoy and share your love. You are alive. So take your life and enjoy it. Don't resist life passing through you, because that is God passing through you. Just your existence proves the existence of God. Your existence proves the existence of life and energy. We don't need to know or prove anything, just to be. To take risk and enjoy your life, all that matters. Say no when you want to say no, and say yes when you want to say yes. You have the right to be you. You can only be you when you do your best. When you don't do your best, you're denying yourself the right to be you. I like that. When you don't do your best, you're denying yourself the right to be you. That's a seed that you should really nurture in your mind. You don't need knowledge or great philosophical concepts. You don't need the acceptance of others. You express your own divinity by being alive and by loving yourself and others. It is an expression of God to say, hey, I love you. The first 3 agreements will only work if you do your best. Don't expect that you'll always be able to be impeccable with your word. Your routine, your habits are strong and firmly rooted in your mind, but you can do your best. Don't expect that you will never take anything personally, just do your best. Don't expect that you will never make an assumption, but you can certainly do your best. By doing your best, the habits of misusing your word and taking things personally and making assumptions will become weaker and less frequent with time. You don't need to judge yourself, feel guilty, or punish yourself if you cannot keep these agreements. If you're doing your best, you will feel good about yourself, even if you still make assumptions, still take things personally, and still are not impeccable with your words. If you always do your best over and over again, you will become a master of transformation. Practice makes the master. By doing your best, you can become a master. Everything you've ever learned, you've learned through repetition. You've learned to write, drive, even walk by repetition. You are the master of speaking your tongue because you practice. Action is what makes the difference. If you do your best in the search of personal freedom, in the search of self-love, you will discover that it's just a matter of time before you find what you're looking for. It's not about daydreaming or sitting for hours dreaming in meditation. You have to stand up and be a human. You have to honor the man or the woman that you are, respect your body, enjoy your body, love your body, feed, clean, and heal your body, exercise, and do what makes your body feel good. This is a puja to your body. And that is a communion between you and God. I like that. Like I said, not daydreaming and sitting in meditation for hours. We're in the present moment. It's calling for action. It's calling for change. It's calling for us to do something, to create a ripple, and see what comes out of it.
Your body is a temple.
Go on and pray to God. Go on and do something. Go on and do something. All right. You don't need to worship idols of the Virgin Mary, the Christ, or Buddha. You can if you want to. If it feels good, do it. Your own body is a manifestation of God. And if you honor your body with everything, everything will change for you. When you practice giving love to every part of your body, you plant seeds of love in your mind. And when they grow, you will love, honor, and respect your body immensely. Every action then becomes a ritual in which you are honoring God. After that, the next step is honoring God with every thought, every emotion, every belief, even what is right or wrong. Every thought becomes a communion with God. And you'll live a dream without judgments, victimization, and free of the need to gossip or even abuse yourself. That's a powerful one. Ooh, free from gossip and abusing yourself. Ooh, we almost there. We almost done with the fourth agreement, y'all. What up, though? But the other thing, I'm gonna tap on this one more time. It's not about daydreaming or sitting in meditation for hours. You have to stand up and be a human. I say that because we're taking these on mat lessons off of the mat and into our life. We're creating these habits. Thank you, Lifeform. I appreciate it. You got some fantastic mats. Thank you, MyFit DC. Thank you, Yogi, Urban Yogic Wellness and Education. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Born to Fly Fitness, where fitness is fashion and mental health as well. Thank you, Brent LV. Thank you, Pay Yoga. I'm gonna just move on. It's just, I'll be here all day thanking these amazing people that help me. Moving forward, when you honor these 4 agreements together, there is no way that you will live in hell. There is no way, if you are impeccable with your word, if you don't take anything personally, if you don't make assumptions, if you always do your best, then you're going to have a beautiful life. You're going to control your life 100%. And I'm not going to say 100%, but you're going to control that MFA. You're going to control it a solid amount, way more than you got now. The 4 agreements, and the better you get at it, the more you can control it, or mitigate the ridiculousness that happens around it. The 4 agreements are a summary of the mastery of transformation. One of the masteries of the Toltec. You transform hell into heaven. The dream of the planet is transformed into your personal dream of heaven. The knowledge is there. It's just waiting for you to use it. The 4 agreements are there. You just need to adopt these agreements and respect their meaning and power. Just do your best and honor these agreements. You can make this agreement today. I choose to honor the 4 agreements. It's so simple and logical that even a child can understand them. But you must have a very strong will to keep these agreements. Why? Because wherever we go, we find that our paths are full of obstacles. Everyone tries to sabotage our commitment to these new agreements, and everything around us is a setup for us to break them. The problem is all the agreements that are a part of the dream of the planet, they're all alive and they're very strong. That's why you need to be a great hunter, a great warrior, who can defend these 4 agreements with your life. Your happiness, your freedom, your entire way of living depends on it. The warrior's goal is to transcend this world, to escape from this hell and never come back. As the Toltecs teach us, the reward is to transcend the human experience of suffering, to become the embodiment of God. That is the reward. We really need to use every bit of our power we have to succeed in keeping these agreements. I didn't expect that I could do it at first. I have fallen many times, but I stood back up and kept going. That's the kicker right there. That's the kicker. And if I fell again, and I keep going. I didn't feel sorry for myself. There was no way that I would feel sorry for myself. I said, if I fall, I am strong enough, I am intelligent enough, and I can do it. I stood up and I kept going. I fell and kept going and going, and each time it became easier and easier. Yet, in the beginning, it was so hard, so difficult. So if you fall, do not judge. Do not give the judge the satisfaction of turning you into a victim. I like that. Don't give the judge, that internal judge, the satisfaction of turning you into a victim. No, because then he's in control. To be tough with yourself, stand up and make the agreement again. Okay, I broke my agreement to be impeccable with my word. I will start over again. I'm going to keep the 4 agreements just for today. I will be impeccable with my word. I will not take anything personally. I will not make assumptions, and I'm going to do my best. each day, one day at a time. Ooh, come on now. If you break the agreement again, begin again tomorrow and again the next day. It will be difficult at first, but each day will become easier and easier until someday you'll discover that you're ruling your life with these 4 agreements. And you'll be surprised at the way your life has been transformed. You don't need to be religious or go to church every day. Your love and self-respect are growing and growing. You can do it. If I did it, you can do it also. Do not be concerned about the future. Keep your attention on today and stay in the present moment. Just live one day at a time. Always do your best to keep these agreements, and soon it'll be easy for you. Today is the beginning of a new dream. The Toltec Path to Freedom. Next week, we're breaking old agreements. How y'all feel
That
about
definitely sounds interesting.
right? How y'all feel about always doing your best?
Probably the hardest one to be consistent with.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah. I think for me, the hardest one had to be the assumptions. It had to be the hardest one, because I would just assume that I knew something without asking further questions, and I wouldn't give the person space to actually express what their reality was, what they were experiencing. It was kind of like, oh no, I think it's this, so I'm gonna keep going that way. Ooh, this is a good question. If you in the cheesy, type in the cheesy, what was like a challenging one for you? What's the hardest one for you? I like that question, Brent. It's definitely a practice, a different discipline. What about you, Tony?
It's all resonating, but I'm also a stubborn person, so I'm always looking for loopholes. And I think I found loopholes in at least the last 2. The do your best one, there's a lot of different bests.
Yeah, they address that. It's going to look different each
It's
time.
the way you challenge yourself every day without looking for the total, but maintaining, like, having your heart in something because you want to be there, because you want to do it, not because of the outcome. So when you adjust that, and then you're just challenging against yourself, your own daily best every day, I think, from the perspective of the book, at least. I don't know.
Now, I like that. I like where you're going with that, because it ties into the practice for me. And it's not about like me showing up and doing the deepest backbend I have, or my practice just flowing so smoothly. It's legit just me showing up to the mat. Like, once I get there, it's like, all right, I'm here. What's coming out? And then I'll notice the moments when I'm bullshitting on my greatness and I'm saying things like, all right, I'm going to skip this vinyasa, this jump back, jump forward, chaturanga, up dog, down dog, jump to the seat. And like, I'm a BS through a few breaths. I'm going to count these 5 breaths real fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You come to my class, that's not how we breathing. We... One. So if I catch myself BSing on it, I'm like, nah, I'm choosing to not do my best. So with the practice, go on.
But right there, that was when you became aware that you might not be doing your best. And I think that's like that's the part where you got to tread carefully, because as soon as you become aware that you could be doing better, if you didn't make the adjustment, then there's guilt attached to that.
Yeah.
You know, but like,
Yeah. I
um,
mean, I'll give it a shot. I'll try it. If the thought comes into my head, and if so, there's two thoughts that come with it. One is a thought. One is a feeling. One, the thought will come into my head. Oh, you can do this. Then, the second thought will come into my head. To do it, before I jump into the action, it's a step back and a check. All right. Can I do this? Do I have the energy to do this? Because today, I normally in second series it's a bunch of foot behind the head stuff. But I taught like I took like 2 classes yesterday and taught 2 classes yesterday, so my body's really loose. So could I jump in and just go through my practice and do the foot behind the head? And last time I did that, it was a little bit much. I was fine. Nothing broke. Nothing's hurt. But it was a little sensitive. And I knew I had a lot to do today. So am I going to sit there and put myself in that situation, or am I going to like save it for another day? Today, I was like, nah. My best is, it was challenging to show up on this snowy day. I showed up. I did half of the practice. But to compensate, I elongated. I did more sun salutations. I did a longer standing part of the practice. And I was like, let me cut it here. That was my best today. And it looked hella different from yesterday with 4 classes. And it looked hella different from the day before with 3 classes. And one of these is and a practice. So just keep all of that into account too. So it's gonna look different each day. And it's when you feel like, oh, I could have done better and you didn't try, I would encourage you to try. If you know yourself and you know you're gonna be upset about something because you didn't try. And then stop. If I put the leg up here and I'm like, ooh, yeah, that's pulling. That's what I did today. I was like, let me sit in it. Yeah, I don't like the way it's pulling from my groin. I don't like the way it's going in my back right now. I need to give it some time. We're gonna call it. It's a lifelong practice. It's not about getting it every single day. It's about the journey. I'm enjoying the journey. Come on, I know you got something trifling to say.
No, it's a quote by Jim